Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunch Hour Yoga. We're just going to do a quick 30-minute yoga session together. And it's Christmas time. The Christmas trees are out. I've got Christmas music in the background. Hopefully you can hear it a little bit. It's not too loud. Let's start sitting cross-legged, sinking our hips into the earth, rolling back our shoulders, finding a comfortable position where we can sit nice and tall through the spine, lifting through our crown and lifting our hearts, lifting up our smiles, feeling open and connected, feeling those hips just rounding right down into the earth. Taking a couple of deep breaths, bringing the focus to the breath. Maybe placing a hand on your belly if that feels natural to you. Sometimes it's easier to feel the expansion. We put a hand there to increase the focus. So breathing into the hand, expanding out of the inhale, releasing down on the exhale. Breathing in all the beauty, the goodness. Exhaling anything you might want to let go. Set aside for a few minutes. Taking the breath longer and deeper and slower. And maybe as we're sitting here on our mat or on the floor, maybe we're in a chair, just transporting ourselves for a moment to a beautiful place of sanctuary, a place that makes us feel really happy, grounded, secure, and safe. Maybe it's a place we've been before. Maybe it's a place we've dreamed of visiting. Maybe it's a color or a feeling or a book that we once read. A place of sanctuary. Breathing into that space, putting ourselves there, feeling it, smelling it, sensing it, hearing it. Taking that feeling deeply in, let's raise our arms up, breathing in that feeling of sanctuary. Bring it between our hands, making prayer hands, exhaling it down to our heart space. Making sure it's tucked in there. We'll breathe it up one more time, lift it up, embrace it, bring it all in, and exhale it down to our sacred heart space. Tucking it in there. We'll do one more breathing up with the arms. This time as we exhale, we'll turn to the right side, place the left hand on that right knee, the other hand dropping behind and taking our gaze behind us. Spine nice and long, crown nice and lifted, relaxing our facial muscles, sinking our hips into the earth. Beautiful twist. Breathe our hands back up to center. Exhale to the other side. The right hand on the left knee, the left hand dropping behind, and taking our gaze with it. Let's breathe back up to center. We'll do that one more time, each side. Exhale into the twist. And inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Breathing back to center. Let's exhale those fingertips down to the floor, down to the mat. Roll our shoulders behind us, lift our hearts. Let's breathe in. Exhale, walk those right fingertips to the side. Flip the other palm. Sink that left hip into the earth as the left hand comes across, and we gaze up at the underside of that elbow, right over our side body, breathing deeply. Let's breathe and hand back up and over, fingers to the mat. Inhale, exhale, bring that hand over. So our breath is moving the hand. We're sinking that right hip into the earth. We're looking up at the underside of the elbow, and we're breathing, always connecting to the breath. Let's do that again. We'll breathe our arm up and over. Exhale it to the mat. Inhale. Exhale as we come over the side. Maybe we'll get a little further this time in the reach. Right over the side body. Opening up our ribs and all that fascia, that's the connective tissue that's lined up, wrapping around our organs and our muscles. Breathing back up and exhaling, walking the fingers to the other side. Over we go. We're breathing. Nice. And breathe that back up. We have crossed legs. Let's take the left leg, cross it over the bent right knee, nice and tall. We can take that left hand behind us. Wrap our elbow around that front knee, nice and tall into the twist. An option, we can change that hand if it feels better to have the elbow against the knee. Lovely twist. This is called half Lord of the Fish. Let's release that. Invite our forehead down towards that front foot. A bit of a counter pose, we call it. Rolling down. Breathing deeply. And let's come back up out of that. We'll change sides. We'll bring that leg forward, cross the other one over. See how we did that? Just switching it up, giving ourselves a little hug to invite that knee closer, invite the spine to straighten, wrapping around that bent knee, taking that right hand behind us, the gaze follows, and we're breathing into that tall, long spine, lifting through the crown of the head and sinking our hips into the Nice, let's release that. Come over on our hands and knees into what we call tabletop. Placing our hands under our shoulders, our knees under our hips, pressing hands into the earth, dial them away from each other, roll the shoulders back, and let's press those shoelace sides at the top of the feet into the mat, into the earth. Noticing when we do that, when you press the hands down, we press the feet, that our abdominal muscles get to work, right? Let's breathe our hearts up, our gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck our tails into our cat-cow routine. We're breathing our hearts back up and our gaze, smiling the whole time, exhaling, rounding the spine, tucking our tail. Over we go. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhaling. And inhaling again. Exhaling down. Nice. Let's point and straighten that one leg. I'm going to call it my right leg. Turning that extended foot towards the front, placing the sole of the foot on the earth. Planting the hand, the knee, the lower leg, that front side of the foot. As we invite that other hand to come up, I'm a little bit off camera here. I'll just scooch back. You'll see a little more of me. I'm still off camera, but my hand is open. My palm is open. I'm reaching up, pressing the lower hand into the earth, the right hand up. Finding our stability by pressing into the earth and reaching up. Let's take that top hand up over the head. This might be enough. If you want a little more, we can float that leg up into a balance pose. Finding our stability once again by pressing down into the earth, activating those big muscles to do the work for us, to keep us stable, building strength. Breathing. Breathing. Now let's release that foot back down the earth. Turn the way we started back into our tabletop, and that hand that was reaching, sliding it underneath that gateway of the other hand, back of the hand towards the floor, inviting our shoulder down into what we call thread the needle. Breathing. Coming on back, that hand that was sliding, just going to reach it forward. Extend the opposite leg long, nice and straight. Into our tiger pose, reaching nice and strong. Finding our stability once again by pressing into the earth. Breathing into reach. Let's exhale, bring the elbow to the knee, squeezing the belly button to the spine. Inhaling to reach. Exhale to squeeze. You got it. Inhale to reach. Exhale to squeeze. 2 more. And last one. And squeeze. Great. Back to our tabletop. Let's take our knees to the outside of the mat. Our toes meeting in the middle. Drop our hips down on the back of our heels. Hands sliding forward into a wide-legged child pose. Forehead sinking to the earth. Breathing into our bellies. Breathing into our backs. In our beautiful child pose. Such a nice recovery position. Now we'll come back up to our tabletop. We'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll find our stability by pressing hands down, pressing those shoelaces. Let's get a little bit of that action going again. Pressing, pressing, pressing. Now reaching with that opposite leg that we did start out last time. I'll call it my left leg, even though it's really my right, but I'm mirroring you. Turning that foot towards the front. Stabilizing by sinking the hand, the knee, the leg, that foot in the earth as his hand sweeps up. Again, I'm off camera. That's okay because my hand is open like a starfish. I'm looking up at it. And we're breathing. Now if we want a little more, we can invite that hand to reach over the head. And we can stabilize by sinking a little deeper and let that leg float up into a balance pose. Smiling, releasing the face muscles. Sometimes they tend to tense. Ooh, I'm wobbling around here. We're breathing, stabilizing by sinking into the earth. You got this. 2 more breaths. Now we'll come on down. Let's take that hand that was reaching, slide it palm upwards through the gateway, lowering the shoulder to the floor into our thread the needle. Breathing that hand back through. Before we plant it, let's reach it forward. Opposite leg, I'm going to move back because I think I'm off. Oh, I'm okay. Reaching the other hand, nice and long, into our tiger pose. We can breathe in to reach, exhale to squeeze. Inhale to reach, exhale to squeeze. Inhale to reach, exhale to squeeze. Let's do 2 more, everybody. Inhaling to reach, exhaling to squeeze it. You got it. And reaching again, and squeezing. Hard to squeeze and talk at the same time. Planting our hands, dropping into a child's pose, knees either together or separated, dropping our forehead onto the earth. Breathing into our bellies, into our backs. Coming back up to our tabletop. Finding that organization of the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips, and walking the hands forward a little bit. Now, sinking the hands back into the earth, rolling back the shoulders, breathing in. Exhaling as we slowly lower down. Keep the elbows to graze the ribs as we go down, all the way down to the floor. Now pressing with the hands in the earth, lifting the heart on the inhale. Exhaling down. Inhaling to press into the earth, lift up our hearts, lift up our smiles. Exhale it down. And inhale up again. This time exhale all the way down to the mat. Take your hands behind you, palms upward. Give yourself a couple of breaths. That's very intense when we activate the arms like that by pressing them down so hard, keeping the elbows in. All right. Taking the right hand, placing it palm down on the earth. We're going to take the left hand behind us, lift the legs into a half bow pose. We can take this a little higher, a little harder by pressing more with our front hand, lifting our feet, breathing. The support of that grounding hand is helpful. Let's lower it down, hands behind us, palms up, face to the other side. Recovery breath. Coming back, nose towards the earth, planting the left hand, palm down by our shoulder, pressing the left as we lift that back hand palm up, squeeze the shoulders together, lift up our feet into a bow. The more we press with the front hand, the more we lift up our hearts, the more challenging it is. Find your version. Lowering down, let's tuck our toes, press the hands, hips coming up into a downward facing dog. Oh, this is going to feel good. We're breathing, inviting the heels to the earth, pressing forward with the hands away from the feet. Nice. Now shifting all our weight onto our right foot. Let's pretend to straighten our left heel as being cinched slowly all the way up. Our hips stay square to the mat, finding the top of our range of motion, finding that warmth, that heat there, keeping the hands pressing, breathing, breathing. Now let's breathe in to reach. Exhale to bring the knee to the nose. Belly button to spine. Inhale to reach. Exhale to squeeze, keeping the hips square, keeping the movement very controlled. Inhaling to reach. Exhale to squeeze. Last time, inhale to reach. This next time, I'm going to bring that foot all the way through, plant it between the hands. Help it get there if it needs it. Here we are in a lunge. We've got this front leg going straight down. Let's press it down. Press it down. Notice that hip floats up when we sink that foot down. Yes, we could sink in this pose, but what would be the good of that? We'd just be loading up our hip joint. By pressing that foot down, 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 we feel our hips rising up like helium. Pressing. Placing the right hand on the inside of that left foot. I'm going to turn away from you for a moment, taking the left hand onto the left hip. Into the twist. Hand can float up if it wishes. Nice. Let's bring that back. Hand down again. Place it on the inside of that front foot. Turn the right foot, the back foot, to face the front. Pressing that left hand down to open up to the other side. Again, I'm off camera, but my hand is open. It's like a starfish. And I'm breathing. Looking up at that top hand. Eating my necklace, eating my hair. It's all good. Nice, let's come back down. Bring that arm down. Take one hand to either side. Now that front foot, that leg did all the work. We're gonna bring it behind us, raise it up into a three-legged dog. Breathing, giving it a stretch. Now let's bring it back down. Walk it out through our feet. Coming back to center, both feet, loading now our weight onto our right foot. This time, onto our left foot, the other side, letting that right foot float up. Heel on, connected to a string, hips stay square. Heel is floating upwards, finding that heat at the top of the range of motion. Let's breathe in. Let's exhale, draw that knee to the nose. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling to squeeze, belly button to spine. Keep it smooth, keeping the hips square. This is not about speed, it's about control. Inhaling to reach and squeeze. We'll do one more. Inhaling to reach. Now that foot's going to come all the way through between the hands into a lunge. Here we are on the other side, right? Keeping, once again, this leg right down, pressing down. So the hips float upwards, just like last time. Planting that left hand on the inside of that foot. We're turning, and we're turning into the twist. We're breathing, we're smiling. I hope I'm on the other side. I think I am. We're breathing. Coming back down, hands down. We're going to plant that hand on the inside of the foot. Turn that back foot to face the other way and come on up. Do the stretch on the other side. Pressing through the feet, looking up at that raised hand, loving the twist. Your spine loves the twist. Let's lower that back down, pivot that back foot face forward again, square out the hips, and that front foot's going to come all the way up into that three-legged dog stretch. Breathing. Lovely. Coming on down. Going to make our way onto our backs. Onto our backs. And bring our knees in with us for a lovely hug. Let's explore this a little bit. Let's move around. Let's draw those knees and hip joints. Find some nice, sweet places to get into. Now, keeping the right knee tucked in, extending the left leg along the floor. Breathing. Now, with the left hand just below the right knee, the left hand is going to guide that knee over to the left side of the body. Our right arm is extending along, palm up. Taking our gaze to that extended hand as we roll over into that twist. The right shoulder is melting open. Breathing. Breathing some more. Now coming back up. That right foot now, the sole of it's going to tuck in against the inside of the left thigh as we open that right knee to the outside. This is called fallen tree pose. We have a straight left leg and a bent right knee, and that foot's tucked up against the top of it. Breathing, of course. Breathing our knees back in for a hug. Let's bring our forehead to our knees, get really small. Keeping the left knee bent, we'll extend the right leg long this time. Heads back gently to the floor. Exploring that hip joint a bit. Getting into some sweet spots. Now, with the right hand guiding the left bent knee over to the right side of the body, into the twist as we extend our left arm long, our palm upwards, and our gaze floats out to that extended hand. Our left shoulder melting open to the floor. Breathing. Coming back across, we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll tuck the sole of that left foot at the inside of the upper right leg as that knee opens to the outside into fallen tree pose on the other side. So our right leg is straight, our left knee is bent, and now that foot is tucked up in the inside of the top of the right leg. Let's bring our knees back in for one more hug. Maybe rocking a bit on the lower back. smiling. And let's take a giant stretch. Let's reach it overhead with our hands. Straighten our legs. Giant stretching. We're just waking up in the morning. Big, beautiful stretch. Now we'll take a few moments here, a couple minutes just for you. It's called Shavasana. It's our final pose of a yoga class. Just getting into a comfortable position on your back. Taking a couple minutes just for you and breathing. Take some beautiful breaths. Inhaling to expand. Exhaling to release. Feel the beautiful expansion of the inhale. And letting go of the exhale. Maybe bringing some gentle movement into the neck by drawing a line in the air with your nose. First from one side over to the other, through the middle, using the breath as you go. Maybe bringing some gentle movement in the fingers and the toes, wrists, the ankles. When you're ready, slowly making your way over onto your right side, slowly transitioning, and we'll all meet again in the seated position on the mat, the way we began. When you get there, I invite you once again to sink the hips into the earth, lift the hearts. Taking a couple of breaths just to go back, that feeling of sanctuary, that place that you sought out, that found you, that you found at the beginning of our time together today. Just sinking back into there, dipping into it, letting feeling in your muscles and your heart just knowing that that place of stillness and peace is with you. It's always with you. It's always available. Just with one. Let's breathe our hands now back up, scooping up that feeling of safety and security and sanctuary. Gratitude, exhaling it down to our heart center. We'll do that again. We'll scoop it all up now as big as we can. Bring in our gratitude, our joy, the blessings of the season, our health, our wellness. Bring all that down to our heart center. We will seal it into our hearts, keeping it safe and protected, secure. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you all a very, very blessed holiday season. Health, joy, resilience, gratitude, abundance. From my heart to yours, the light in me sees and celebrates the light in you. Namaste.